a junkie and they might be OD'd and it doesn't even cross my mind. Like, should we check on them? And you're just like, oh, you can't do that. Then you think like, oh, this is kind of sad that I'm just walking by people that might be dead and it doesn't even like affect me. So they're probably not good for our mental health.
It's not.
I don't live there anymore. But you come and it's like, no big deal. You're just stepping over a junkie, might be OD'd. You're just like, whatever. Dude. Someone that's not used to it, they just like freak out. They're like, how is this real?
Yeah. When I first came back to Vegas, I hadn't traveled in a while. I was freaked out by lines, like just a bunch of people standing in line. I'm like, this is like cows. We look like cows.
Yeah, I don't like lines.
Dude, because like where I live, it's like you're just always in and like there's no lines.
Yeah, I still hate lines.
I hate lines. Yeah, because it just feels like animal behavior in a slaughter. I know it's not. I'm not like a J, like it's a camp, but I'm just like, this could go south so fast.
Yeah, I try to use it as a line or something. I'm like, I'm not waiting for that. People are like, let me a crazy line for like a restaurant or something. It's like, are you really gonna wait in line just to like try? Like, I'll go somewhere else.
They'll turn this into soap. And I want to throw out one because your listeners like the shout out to your listeners.
Yeah.
They were super cool in the comments.
Yeah, no, people because some people when I first announced you, people were like pissed at me. I'm like, what the hell? But then they loved you when you're on. That's why I've learned just to ignore the haters and do what I want to do.
Yeah, they like the Panda thing. I got a new one for you.
Yeah, well, let's go to the Panda thing real quick. I looked that up. It is pretty wild. There's no paintings of the pandas in China, and that's like, and look how interesting pandas are. The first time it was mentioned in history was like 1969, but all the European museums, it's not in them, not in any of the zodiacs.
Nope.
It's all they do is eat all day and shit.
Yeah, they ovulate 3 days a year. They can't defend themselves. A group is called an embarrassment of pandas. They can't run. So they're ridiculous. Yeah. No one knows how eels reproduce.
Even the scientists?
Nope. So they don't have genitalia. So like freshwater eels, dude, it's crazy. And I know this sounds
go down
nuts.
This rabbit hole tonight.
Oh, rabbit hole, bro. So it's like in England in a freshwater stream, it's like there's an eel. They don't know how they reproduce. So they tracked them back to the Bermuda Triangle. They just come out of it and they have theories that they like morph into other kinds of eels. They've never seen them reproduce.
Wow. So they might just be like
the devil's sperm.
They kind of look like that. I don't really like eels. They kind of creep me out when I see them and, been snorkeling and stuff. I see an eel and I'm like, oh, get that thing away from me.
Dude, they all come from the same part of the Atlantic, even the freshwater. I mean, lamprey, I think electric eels and some of that, they know how they breed. But the fact they don't know how they breed, to me, blows my mind. They act like they do. They're like, oh, scientists, but they've never observed it.
Trust the science. That's what you realize that like half the science is just total bullshit. That's why some of these conspiracy theories, like most science, they just say something and then whatever becomes the popular thing, no one wants to disagree.
Yeah. And they just took back dark matter. Because I used to do a physics podcast. Like that's one reason why I'm so not into the science. So they created dark matter because none of the gravity
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't work. So they're like, if there isn't dark matter, we'd be wrong. And that's the one thing we know is we're not wrong. And now they're pulling that back.
So what are they saying now for the dark matter? Because they say basically 95% of all matter can't be observed.
You can't observe it or measure it, but it has to be there or else gravity wouldn't work, according to Einstein, who was, he banged his cousin.
And he was a J.
Dude, like a crazy... That dude sucked, in my opinion.
Some people say that he stole his theories from other people and stuff. I don't know. I haven't really done any research on Einstein. But
I mean, he banged his cousin.
Was she hot?
No.
She's ugly, too. I think I've seen pictures of her, actually.
That's the inbreeding I'm trying to warn the white guys about. They get Tay-Sachs, irritable bowel syndrome. It's like, the guy who started Netflix, Edward Bernays is the double nephew of Sigmund Freud. Like, they're all related.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the Netflix guys, right? And
and then they started Netflix.
Basically the main guy who created psychology, which I always try to tell people it's gay and Jewish psychology.
Yeah, you want to bang your mom and kill your dad. It's like, no, I don't, Jay.
I don't bang my mom or kill my dad.
I love my dad and I don't want, And so, Einstein, none of it has been proven.
Yeah, people act like, oh, the science is proven, but so much shit is like, we don't really know.
No, but I get it. It's a story that can work. I don't have the what I've pulled back on that a bit because I don't have the answer.
No, that's the problem. None of us really know. So it's like, oh, you can't debate these guys. But
right.
Doesn't mean they're right. Not necessarily.
No, I'm like, they are just making stuff up.
Yeah, like the Big Bang. There was nothing, then exploded and the whole universe is here. How do you know that? Well, we just do.
Yeah, it's like, hey, little buddy. And this happened when I had kids too. It's like, hey, little buddy. Yeah, we're descended from retarded mutant monkeys and we're in an explosion in emptiness. Have a good day.
Yeah, the thing with evolution too, it's like, I don't think I would ever turn into a bird. I don't know how many years it takes. I don't think I'm going to grow wings and start flying or grow.
No one's ever witnessed it.
So I think some evolution, you probably adjust your environment. I think parts of it's definitely true, but it's the whole thing. I don't know. It seems like a little bullshit to me.
Yeah, sexual evolution, I believe in, where it's like, Not a lot of sun, 1,000 years, you get lighter, totally. But bacteria that breeds every like 10 seconds has never become another species of bacteria.
Yeah, you're not going to turn from like a mammal to a fish or a bird, I don't think.
No.
Not in my mind, doesn't make sense. And that's the official theory, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to grow wings one day to adapt to my environment.
Yeah, and when you like actually do the math, you're like, okay, so how often are these mutations and then how fast do they permeate? And they're like, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you, Holocaust denier.
I'm like, I've never seen a dude just like, how do you just get eyes? Like, how did that give you a sexual advantage where it starts where you can kind of see something?
Yeah, it makes you start being like, okay, maybe the people aren't crazy that they said we're crazy with the evolution.
They don't even know where eels come from.
They don't know how they breed.
No, they're like sperm out of the Bermuda Triangle, like pandas. They're claiming pandas are millions of years old and they bred to be like useless. Yeah. I think they were created by the Chinese, like a Shih Tzu dog.
Well, they sell them. You can rent them for like $1 million a year. And if they get mad, you see where Obama pissed him off. He met with the Dalai Lama, and I forget the name of the panda. But China, like for punishment, they took the panda away.
Panda. Yeah, it was like Ying or Ling.
Yeah, they took like Ying Ming away or something. It was like a huge shame to America. We took Ying Ming away from you.
Yeah. It's called. It's literally panda diplomacy. Swear to God, you can't touch them. I've done rabbit holes on pandas.
Yeah.
Like I found one place in China where you can pay to touch them. I can't get tickets. Like there's no way to actually, they're not in the wild, dude. I think they were bred to get rid of bamboo.
That would make sense because they just eat a lot.
All they do is eat bamboo. It's filled with arsenic. It makes them sleepy and stupid.
And everyone wants to like play with pandas. They can like sell them, they can lease them for $1 million a year. The country pisses you off. I'm taking your panda away.
Taking your panda. And it's like
they actually did that.
They took the panda. They do it all they like. And they also won't breed in captivity. They won't.
They're like, oh, we breed, I swear, but we just won't do it while you're watching.
Yeah, you can't watch us breed.
You can't watch us do this.
And the Chinese government's like, oh yeah, we definitely, we don't make them in the lab.
Yeah, it seems like BS to me. I don't trust it. It sounds crazy, but you look and you're like, something's off with these pandas.
Yeah, it's like Shih Tzu dogs. Like you can breed crazy shit. I think it might have. I don't know how they did it, but I think those. I'm not going to call them sneaky.
They aren't as sneaky as the Jays.
Right. They get it done. They're more open about it. They're like, oh, yeah, we do.
Stupid white man. We make panda.
Yeah.
We take panda when we're mad.
we take panda away. You apologize. Yeah, it's just like an abusive parent.